Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kevin here to give you a fresh take on what I thought of the movie Hostel during this nice and scary October month for horror movies. I thought Hostel was an amazing movie, as a matter of fact. For the second half of it, it was amazing. For the first half of it, it was a bit odd but interesting. But overall, it was a great movie, in my opinion. Now, there are spoilers to follow for this movie, so if you haven't seen the movie, go see it and come back and watch this video. But I have to say, I thought this movie was great. It was pretty gruesome in parts, and honestly, I thought it was going to have a worse ending, but it actually ended really well, and I was so satisfied with the way it ended. Because, well, the thing is, this guy Josh, I thought he was going to be the one who really survived, but he ends up getting fucked in the beginning, and then it's just this guy Paxton who's the only guy left. So I'm like, well, this guy's fucked. He's on his own, and he's not even the smart one. So it's like, how is he going to survive this? But the moment he gets those handcuffs off, it's just so great. From that point on, like how he escapes and saves that girl, well, until, at the end happens. But yeah, it's just like so great, the heroics of him, despite him getting his finger cut off. Like everything he does to escape is just so great, including driving the car, running over the people that betrayed him, and just doing everything to serve fucking justice to those people. And especially the very end, the very, very end, when he kills that guy, is just perfect. Like, it's just like, this is what you get, bitch. Like, you get to see what it's like in the beginning. You get to see what these people are putting these guys through. And then it's like, now they get what they deserve, because they're a bunch of sick fucks, and they deserve to get served justice. Now, like, I thought the movie was just so enjoyable, though, because of, like, everything this guy was able to achieve. And just, like, I don't know, he was so, like, stealthy, and, I don't know, he knew how to yeet. That's all I gotta say. He's just great. As far as, like, gore and, like, grossness, I didn't really find it that gross, honestly. Like, fingers getting cut off, that's whatever, that happens. That guy's heel gets sliced, well, oh well. Or heels, plural. Oh well. I know that sounds wrong, and I don't think that's a big deal, but, it's just not that, like, gross. The only thing that really grossed me out, though, was that when that guy took a blowtorch to that girl's eye, and her eye was hanging out. The thing is, like, it's special effects, but at the same time, you're like, holy fuck, that looks insane. Like, and then when he, like, cuts it off and pus comes out, oh, that was hard to watch. But everything else, it wasn't really that bad. Like, people kept saying, like, it's so gross, I'm squeamish of that, I don't like it, it's too gross. I'm just like, it's a great movie. I mean, like, it's definitely a unique movie in the sense that, like, the genre of horror that it exemplifies, and also the fact that it's not even really a horror movie for the first, like, 30 minutes of the movie. It's just these guys having sex with these girls and not knowing the consequences that it would bring, which I find pretty crazy, because, like, what person would have sex with a bunch of random girls and be like, oh, well, I could get captured by a couple of these guys in this art museum from having sex with these girls. Like nobody would ever think of that. Like, and it's just like, that's the thing. Like I thought, like, it was really good in the end of, like, how he, like, escaped and stuff, but, like, where the lore at, though? Like, they didn't explain, they didn't give the background to this whole, like, crew, to this whole, like, clan, and how these girls that they met were connected to them. How did they get them to take them away? How did they make it so they get captured by them because they knew them? It's just like, where the lore at though? Like, you know, like sometimes you just gotta wonder. And like Josh, like it was shocking, like the fact that he got taken away that quickly. I mean, the Ollie guy especially, like, but that was just kind of like, okay, well, I mean, he just kind of disappeared, like, oh, whatever. But like Josh, like I thought he was gonna be the hero of the movie, and it's just like, oh no, he's gone. He fell asleep and then he just got fucked. He got captured by this guy, and that's the end of it. Like, there's not even any like explanation. It's just like, oh, well, he just fucked. I don't know. and like I was expecting like a worse outcome, because like the moment I saw that, I was like, oh no, this is not gonna end well. But like it ends up being pretty yeety from that point on, with what this guy figures out and how he goes to this place and fucks all these guys up. It's pretty awesome, I think. I'm interested in what part 2 is going to be like, and I heard there's a part 3. I didn't even know there was a part 3 until just a few days ago. I always knew there was a part 1 and 2, but I guess part 3 was released like 2010, so maybe part 3 wasn't that good, but part 2 is supposed to be pretty good. I was going to see it on DVD, but the DVD was gone, but it was on Hulu, so I saw it on Hulu. And part 2 is also on Hulu, so I think I'm gonna watch that as well. But yeah, I'd say it's a great movie. It wasn't really that like scary per se. It was just like, wow. Like the only thing that really got to me was like that eye, like a little bit. But like, I don't know. I always like when I was younger, I feared this movie as a kid. I was like, ugh, I don't know if I want to watch that. That looks really fucked up. I mean, yeah, it's fucked up what they do to those people, and the fact that they torture them just for whatever reason, like probably no reason at all. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't really get to me that much. I don't know if there's anything in horror that would get to me nowadays. I mean, like, I can't really say like what would really get to me. I don't know. That's hard for me to say. But yeah, that's been my review of this movie. This movie was awesome, despite a weird beginning with all these girls and what these guys get themselves into, and then it somehow leads to these guys torturing them and fucking them up. But then from there on, it's just awesome. So I can't complain. It was a fantastic movie. I'd give it like 8.7 out of 10. It was pretty great. But hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one for part 2. I'll see you guys in the next video for part 2, the review of part 2.